Ready? Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
y'all doing?
Rich. Good. How are
Oh,
you doing?
I'm good. I'm trying to set myself up.
We're
Good.
doing great.
We excited.
Yes.
I'm meant to be in the podcast studio, but I'm in my house.
No worries.
Look,
Yeah,
No
man,
worries.
listen, I ain't even surprised. I know that you was saying you was gonna be in there, but
yeah.
you chilling. You usually
10
be in
a.m.
there. Mm,
Nah, I don't be there from Thursday to Sunday. I'll
Okay.
okay.
be chilling. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
All
that's
right.
good. You get to relax. Get the whole week.
Look.
Somewhat. I,
Oh,
um, I still have the recording studio though. That's where most of my time is being taken.
Okay.
okay.
So, what's going on? How y'all doing?
Yes.
We're
So
doing good.
yes. So we want to welcome Mr. Rich Mix to the OOUU Pod, which stands for Overly Obsessed, Unsung, and Underground, where
Hmm.
we embrace our, well, music first and foremost,
Yes.
and underground artists and unsung artists in the game.
Hmm.
So we actually came across your business, your recording studio with Google, to be honest. We were just, looking for some things personally and came across like the Gold Room. I think it is in Brooklyn. And
Right.
then like and
Go Ink.
looking
Yeah.
came, yeah, Gold
Uh-huh.
Ink came up and we was like, oh, okay, and was checking it out. And yeah, so we just started following you and watching, and it was just like, wow, this is what's up. Because we actually have, a goal of ours to have our own recording studio.
Studio. Okay.
Yeah, so we just welcome you. We thank you for coming to check us out. I don't know if
Hmm.
you've seen an episode from us, but we start off with a little game.
Hmm.
Yes. So you ready?
Let's start the game. It's great. I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So to break the ice, we normally start off with a trivia game. This is called the Ooh Rich, which means you have a minute to give us a list of the most popular music engineers.
Oh man.
Hold on, let me
This
put on my
is good.
timer.
This
Uh,
is
uh,
great if we get to stump you. So, you
you
know,
guys stung me because. Oh man.
No, don't be thinking. No, 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 no,
no, no,
no.
no.
You
Don't
sit
start
here
thinking
thinking
now.
already.
Don't
Oh,
I
start
wait.
mean,
thinking
I'm not.
now.
See, the thing is, like, I don't. Oh man. Today.
All
Yeah, that's
right.
gonna be
So
tough.
we
You
starting
ready?
now.
Yep.
We starting with engineers. We can't start.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Oh
You want to do or producers?
You want to do
Put
producers?
I'm
actually.
probably better with producers. Like 10 producers would be better. I'll probably be
Okay.
better with
So
Okay.
that.
look. Let me
Let's
ask
do
this question.
some.
Let me
Go
ask this
ahead.
question first, real quick. So, what is the huge difference between a producer and an engineer?
Um, well, producer is the one that's making the beat. You know what I mean? So the producer is the one that's setting the vibe, starting from scratch, instrumental and everything. The engineer is what makes it sweet for the ears. You get what I mean? So if you go on stage right now and you record, you know that mic sound, that microphone sound.
Right.
The engineer will make it sound with the reverb and like just more appealing to the ear. You get
Okay.
what I mean?
Cool.
So that's the difference with the two.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. So we're going to do hip hop producers.
Hip hop,
You got
okay.
a, you got a minute.
1 minute.
Yep.
The
To name
top
as many.
10.
You could do
Oh, to
top
name as
10.
many.
You
To
can
Okay.
name
name
as
as many.
Okay.
You could do top 10. You could do what you want to do. It's all rich. It's whatever you want.
starting
Okay.
now.
Okay. Right now, I'll go with DJ Mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'll still go with Swiss since he's coming back in the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Hip hop, right?
Yeah.
What's his
Yes.
name? Oh, what's his name? He's on everything right now. Uh, I'll say
How,
Timberland. I'll say,
yeah.
you know what? Because I'm not too in with hip hop today. Today.
Okay, well, no,
You could
well,
do the
we
past.
about the old school,
You
we
could
about
do
the
the
Oh,
all of
past.
that. So yeah, like because we got some people on here too.
I mean, I still love Timberland and Dre new stuff is dope.
Yeah.
I J. Cole J. Cole's just dropped a project. He's one of my favorite altogether, even with the production, even though people say it's boring.
Oh no, he's not boring at all.
Some people tell me that with his production, but I love, his beats.
5 seconds.
I got 5 seconds already? That's crazy.
All right, you cool. You cool. It's cool.
Nah. Yeah. We love it.
Yo, you know, I know a lot. I don't know them by name, like the new young ones.
Who you talking about? Like London on the track or something like that?
Like London, see what I'm saying? Like if I hear it, I would know because I know somebody tags.
Yes. Rename some of the people that we put on the list.
Okay, so here we go. You talking about for hip hop producers? Because I can do that too. Which one you want? The hip hop producers?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still got Kanye, you got Jay Dilla, you got RZA.
Oh my God.
You got Metro Boomin.
Mm-hmm.
You got Hit Boy.
Khaled.
You got DJ Khaled. You got Scott Storch too. You got and also Q-Tip for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know about
and guess who else we got?
So we're doing
Guess who else we got?
Who y'all got?
RichMix Rich.
Oh wow. Yeah, put me on there. That's what's up. You know, I don't know how I forgot about Metro Boomin. DJ Khaled, hello.
Right.
Right.
One of my favorite all time, I have Dr. Dre. That's my
Dr. Dre
forever.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre is a producer and an engineer, though.
Yes.
So his beats are actually cleaner than a lot of people beats.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if you heard Eminem said he even when Dre's mixing his beats, he'll have like his guys just behind Dr. Dre trying to see what's going on, you know, like how
because they trying to figure out how to get it so smooth. Yeah.
Right.
I remember.
Yeah, Dr. Dre is a cheat code.
And it's never gonna be another one like him. That's just it's crazy.
Nah. So yes, well, thank you for playing. And like, thank you for coming to the OOUU Pod. We first want to do our mental check-in. How have you been? What's been going on with you with the pandemic? And you know, how's that transition going now that the world opening up?
Well, for the pandemic, thank God I didn't lose anyone close. I've been doing okay. I'm actually preparing to open up another studio.
Oh, that was one of my questions.
Yeah, we're working on that. And besides that, like we're just things opening back up, you know, still a little weird. Cause now I'm getting used to the pandemic ways, like the mask and everything. So, but I mean, I'm ready. The studio, like business-wise, with the pandemic, was a little weird. You know, people can't have their usual people around them that motivates them when they're in the booth, and you know, so it was a little different when it came to that, like the vibe in the space. But you know, people are still coming, 2 people, 3 people. But you know how it goes sometimes. Sometimes people need their team around them, or you know, giving them advice and things like that. People would probably FaceTime and be in the booth to speak to people. I've seen a lot of that.
Oh, okay.
So that was a little different. The little difference with the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the head owner of the recording studio. You also have podcast studio. And we learned that you also have like a production studio. Is that what it is?
I have a production team, but that's like the producers. It's a team,
Yeah. So like, where did the name Gold Ink come from? Like,
that's for the writers and the producers. It was just like more ink. That's why it's INK. You know, is basically for the writing and because you know production is also part of writing. You're just writing music. You're not writing lyrics.
Right.
So that's where the gold ink came from.
Okay.
And the goldroom, where did you come up with that at? Like, where did that come from?
I just wanted to separate the studio business and the writing and production business. So the room is more just like the hub. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah. Basically,
yeah.
So when did you first get introduced to music? Like when was it first like, oh, my love, or this is what I wanted to do in life? Where did that come from?
My older brother used to rap, right?
Mhm.
So he needed someone to record him. So I would record him. So I don't know when the switch was like, when the switch came where it was like, this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
But I know I was more kind of forced into it, just trying to help out.
Right.
And I haven't stopped since. Like,
Wow.
just kept
And when
going, went
was
to
that?
school.
Like, how
Yeah.
old were you?
16,
Wow.
15, 16 around there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you born and raised in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you gotta rep your hood. Where you from?
I'm from Flatbush.
Okay. All
Yeah, I'm from
right.
Flatbush.
Is music something that you always felt connected to? Tell us really about like who you grew up listening to, what sound you really admired.
Eminem.
Okay.
See,
That's
that's
why
one
I
of
was
my
bringing up
favorites.
Dre. Yeah, Eminem. The wordplay, the syllable rhyming, things like that. Even I'll say Jay-Z too, of course. I'll say Jay-Z too. Um, Jay-Z is more about the bounce. Like his production always has a bounce. Not today.
Mm,
The Reasonable Doubt Jay-Z's, it
yeah.
always had like this bounce to it. Like everything. Like if you'll notice, like if you play anything in your head around those times.
Mm-hmm.
So it was his bounce, Eminem's syllable rhyming.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked RIP DMX. It always, you know what?
Hey.
Yeah, oh, see, there you go. With music, I always had to. It was feeling that really made me gravitate to it. Like that's why today I can't tell you I'm onto everything like that because I know now
Hmm.
it's more of a like freestyle way. Like you just freestyle. Because even today when I record, I remember recording people and then we'll do the chorus and then we'll layer it. We'll do the verse and then we'll move to the next. Like it was like
The system.
a system. Today
Hmm.
you'll more just get on, play the beat, get on, and just run through it. And then you'll take a part, be like, you know what, I want this part to be the chorus, and I'll take it and put it at the end as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
Wow.
yeah, I'm used to. So growing up, I like the DMX and the Ja Rules and them, like the ones that had a story to tell. Biggie, I have a story to tell. Like those were
Hmm.
always more my thing. That's what makes me
The
love music.
foundation.
Right?
Yeah.
So is your brother, is he still rapping?
No, he's not rapping anymore.
Okay.
Oh man, because
Not
I was
rapping
about to ask. Let me
anymore.
hear some of that.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Oh man, see my old mixes. I don't man.
They in the vault. They in the vault or they
Yeah, it is.
deleted.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, at
I'm
least you
not
still
messing
got
with it.
them.
Yeah, I'm not. Mm-mm.
Okay.
There's things from 2 years ago I wouldn't even. That's just how the mind works.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
Well,
So, oh, go ahead,
mhm.
Danny.
So what is your favorite album or song that you've created and with who? Can you say that?
You guys know that's tough. You guys gonna get me in trouble. My favorite one. Oh,
Favorite.
okay.
If you got a top 3, that could be a thing too.
Okay, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
have I have songs with Project with this guy Big East. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's really dope. He's from Brooklyn. Niko Khale. I don't know if you guys heard of Niko Khale.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yes.
I have his last project with him is really like that was another one of my favorites.
Okay.
And she doesn't do albums; she does singles. Her name is Ruth.
I
Okay.
heard of her
She's a
before.
singer. She's really dope.
Where's she
Let me
from?
see.
She's from New York?
That's Ruth from. Oh, I think Ruth is from New York.
I
Oh,
heard of her before.
okay.
She's
I
colored
gotta check
hair.
her out. But she's a singer.
She's a singer,
She's a
right?
singer. Yeah, she's a
Yeah,
singer.
and she does a lot of features as well. She doesn't have an album yet. I heard of
She
her
doesn't have an
before,
album.
but she
Hmm.
drops singles every now and then.
Right,
Like,
right,
Okay.
hmm
right.
Okay.
She's dope.
I'm definitely gonna check her out.
But Niko, not to make one stand out of all of them, but
Yeah.
Niko is like, because he still gives me that story, you know, like it's all real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is real. Like you'll hear everything. Even I don't know if you know he's with Keisha Cole. Like if
Yes.
you listen to his music, you'll even like. Of course, there's no name drops or things like that, but he's always speaking like about what he's going through,
Yeah.
the
Got
things that's
it.
going on. So he's dead. He's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely know. So, I mean, Ree, let me ask this. So, since we speak about that, I know that you've also, well, I know from Instagram, it says that you are connected to like Def Jam or, you know, some different
Right.
record labels that have worked with you. So, who are some artists that have come by the booth, or how did you connect with some of those like major labels?
Okay, so Atlantic, the 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 process with Atlantic was they signed the artist that was working with me at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and my brother, the same one that rapped, made a logo for I guess their group or whatever that was.
Mm-hmm.
So besides the fact that they used to always record with me, Atlantic reached out to me to have ownership of the logo. That was that situation. But before that came, I was already recording the artist that
Oh,
was
okay.
ended up getting signed there. With Def Jam, there's an A&R. I have a relationship with an A&R there. So he brought over Rotimi and
Oh,
Afro B
okay.
to the
Okay.
studio. That's how I did their project. Casanovas from Brooklyn. We're from the same neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and besides that, with all the labels now, if anyone's from New York, I don't know if you guys heard of 22 Gs or Jake Guapo
Yeah,
I
Jake.
heard Jay
or
Guapo.
yeah. So all those guys before they were on a label, they were coming to the studio. So we
Mm-hmm.
just carried on the working relationship. So that's
Okay.
how I
Wow.
began to yeah.
So,
So when you do sessions, like how long does it normally take to create that masterpiece to get that sound like really clean, fresh? How long does that normally take?
Um, depending on the artist. Now
Mhm.
that people, like I said, they go straight through. Now that they go straight through their songs, it's not a lot of layers with the system to mix this and add this, or it's not the same. So it probably take like, depending on the artist, it could take at least an hour. The mixing part. I'm not talking about the recording and not the whole process, just to make
of
it
course.
sound good. It'll
Okay.
take
Mhm.
like an hour. At least. It takes more than that. And the thing about ears is when you come back the next day, you might want to change stuff anyways.
Right.
Right. Right.
Yes, yeah.
Random question. Why is it that music and like hearing beats and all of that sounds so much better in the car? Like,
It
what
does
is
sound better in the car. In the studio.
like,
Um,
what is it with like the speakers and the importance behind like having like really good like speakers to really
speakers.
catch
Hmm.
different, sounds?
So the car is not real. Is fabricated. It's like because whoever makes the car wants you to have a good experience with the speakers. Like the foreign cars, if you notice, like you'll sit in a BMW and you'll listen to those speakers, and then you probably get into a Camry, you listen to those speakers, they'll be different. So it could be the same song, different
Mm-hmm.
sound.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the system, like they're already making it sound better for you, but with the studio speakers, all the extra things are just like they're taken away. It's more flat. So it's more, it gives you'll be able to listen to every single thing in the beat or a
Mm.
song. So when you're in the car, you can have like this, the bass is knocking. The bass don't really knock like that. The car system is just making the bass knock like that.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to
Wow.
say? So
Yeah.
that's the difference. When you're in the studio, everything's more flat and like, it's flush, it's like a flat surface, and then you get to really pick out every sound
Okay.
in a
Yeah.
song.
Do you have any like recommendations on like someone who, is, beginning their own studio of certain equipment that they definitely should have to make sure that they on the right track in terms of like
Yeah, like microphones and stuff. Um, this as well. If you're trying to start your own studio for the public, for people to come in, then you might want to look at more of the high end equipment. And there's levels to high end too. You don't have to go crazy high end. You can just like, they have like Lumen microphones and Apollo interfaces and the Avalon preamp. These are things that I use. Pro Tools. The monitors are the same thing. You can go super high end to like $1,000 a monitor, or those also give you the better quality. Like you'll be able to hear more depending on the system, the speakers as well.
Okay.
Equipment wise.
Good luck.
So if you weren't doing music, what do you think you would be doing now?
I probably. So it wouldn't be able to have to do anything with music. So
no,
like it can't have anything to do with music.
Nope.
Yeah, this consumed my life.
You stopped.
Wow.
Because I can't even teach it. Like, oh my God.
What is it? Because it was like we were on. Who were we on? With Buddy from Intro. But he was mentioning. He was just like, I really feel like there's these, like, you at least have 3 avenues that you could have, really tapped into. So like, what are some maybe your other hobbies outside of music?
Sport. I love playing football and basketball, but I'm way better at music than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was just destined that you was doing it.
For sure.
I'm like, everything I would try to do always led me back to it. So in the beginning it was a struggle. I would probably have like 1-2 clients a month in the beginning, which is tough. So I'll try to do something else, but every time I begin to do something else, I'll probably get like a big session. 12 hours. Let me get, and for years it just kept, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna stay here.
Right.
And just make the best of it.
So what advice would you give a up and coming person who's just starting to do engineer, or what advice have you been given that has like stuck with you and just kept you doing what you're doing?
Okay. So the advice I would give, because we also like work with interns and assistants anyway. So I'll just tell you what I tell them in real life. School will teach you how to use the program and how sound works. But music though, like you will have to sit there and you have to understand like the vibe and creation, because someone can come in, like you can give anyone a nice sound. Like, who has a good song out right now? Okay, I'll just do Nikki since she's in my head right now.
Okay.
With the how she always like, sometimes she'll do the stutter, like it will stutter like those little things they don't teach you in school. So those are all off of creative energies in the room. So it's 2 things like that you'll have to learn: the culture, the vibe, how this person like to work, the pace, and like us creating a song with them. They don't want to just for you to come in and okay, I recorded my song. This is how I said it, but it's not taken to another level. Right. Or sometimes be like, oh, this is how I heard the song in my head. Because when you hear it in your head, you're not an engineer. You don't know how it got there, but that's just how you hear it, because that's how you hear music. Right. So the engineer will be the person that makes you feel like, oh, this is how I heard it. Like, yeah, this is how I heard it in my head. Yeah. You get what I mean? So that's the only thing. Like, there's real life when you're in the room with someone, and school is cool. It teaches you the program and how to, but it won't teach you. Like, they bust around, not gonna walk in, and then you're like, okay, I gotta give this energy, like, and then the next hour you have somebody the calmest energy. They want to light candles, or they want to pray before they start to record.
Right. I was just about to ask you that. Like, do you have what's your method personally, or what do you normally see with artists, and how they begin their creative process?
Yeah, there's so many different, like the praying is true. Like, this dude, he has to pray like incense. Some people, they do their whatever they do. Like I said, some people need certain energies around them. Like I said, the pandemic made it tough for some people. With me, But at this point, I've been doing it for a little while, so I can go into different, like I know it's part of the job, so
Yeah.
I'm
You're
able to go into
adaptable.
different vibes, yeah, and deal with different people or speak to different people,
Yeah.
like you can
Yeah.
have a church choir and you can have the hood in there 1 second and the church choir come in right after, you know what I mean? So yeah,
Dang.
So you
Oh,
you
like,
gotta be
listen,
ready
I
for
just
that.
gotta go with the flow. I gotta get it done
Yeah,
and do
like,
what I need to do.
yeah.
all your problems checked at the door, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Wow. So, this is more of a personal question. Since I've been up here, because I'm in Mount Vernon, and I would like to, get into the studio and just rock out and vibe. What is your, like, I guess, restrictions with just strangers, like people that just want to learn from you, or just vibe out and come into the studio and just see how you work? Like, is that a thing, or only strictly people that are paying for that studio time can be allowed in the studio?
All right, so it is a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, with SAE, that's a school that produce a lot of engineers.
Mm.
So we have something going with them where we take their young kids and they'll sit in and because like I said, school teach you one thing, so I'll teach them the culture of how we work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The vibe of how
Amazing.
we work, the energy. So now my clients, they're used to someone being there learning. So it's
Mm-hmm.
actually not an issue at all. We actually like that's something that I do. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not shouldn't be anything wrong with that.
Okay. Amazing. What are some artists that you're listening to right now? Who's on your playlist?
Yes.
J. Cole on it right now. You know, his album just dropped. J. Cole right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, J. Cole's right there.
Oof. That man right there. I'm studying. I can't, oh my God, so much on repeat. Of course, 95 South on repeat. My life,
Mm-hmm.
let go my hand. I mean,
He's just
greatness.
amazing. He's just
Greatness.
amazing.
Yeah, he's dope.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's just, and the thing that I love about him is that he's super humble, and
Yeah,
he is
100%.
Yes.
like, it's just amazing. Like, and at first, when I had first went to a J. Cole concert, I'm going to tell
I
you,
went to one
like,
too. That's what's up.
yeah, and I was like, at first when I went there, I was like, how is this going to be? But I forgot that he had so many songs.
Yeah,
Like,
you do.
you forget, like, and when I got there, like, the energy in there was just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The way that each song came in, the way that he had the crowd rocking, like, I didn't even want to leave. That was one of the best concerts I ever been to.
Yeah, me
Mm.
too.
And he was
Mm-hmm.
really, I mean, amazing. He put on
Yeah.
a show.
I was in one too, and it was outside in the rain. Oh my God.
Oh my
At first, I was like, yo,
gosh.
this is getting crazy. I got to get out of here. And then the music started going. I was like, all right, you know what?
Ain't even
I'm
care.
chilling. Yeah, I'm
Yes.
chilling. Yeah, it was dope. Besides J. Cole, I don't really listen to, I love Adele. I listen to a lot of Adele.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yes.
And those type of music, those mixes are like the cleanest mixes. So I listen to all kind of music for the mixes,
Mm-hmm.
but I always get caught up in Adele music. It's dope.
Mm.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hmm.
That not definitely not expected, but no,
Oh,
I can see.
man. Yeah.
I know you listen
I
to
have a lot.
everything. You gotta listen to
Yeah.
everything.
You have to.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You have to.
What advice have you been given? Like that was stood out?
With engineering?
With
Engineering and
life
music wise?
or life period.
Because to be honest with you, I've done a lot of things. All right, so with music, it's hard to get people that's supporting. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to get supporting cast in music because so many people try, fail, try, fail.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So advice that I've learned, this is not given,
Mm-hmm.
is that everything, no matter what, like if you keep, like Pac said it, if you keep knocking on the door, it's gonna open. Like, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like if you keep going. So the supporting cast will come around eventually, but they're really watching you to see if you give up. Because chances are they're going, all right, he's
Mm.
probably gonna give up his music. He's gonna
Love
give
it.
up. So when you don't give up, it's just like the supporters do come around. You know what I mean? And you don't have to, I told you so, you don't need none of that energy. Just, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for coming around.
confirmation.
It
Cause
is.
yeah,
It
I
is.
read yesterday it was something like quitting is for winners. Like whoever
Mhm.
told you otherwise, that's not true. Like quitting is for winners. Quitting is just, you quit when you don't quit when it's hard. You quit when it sucks. Like ain't nothing wrong with like just knowing when to let go. Like or but if it's hard, nah. You gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going. You know what I mean?
Love
So
it.
that's one thing I've learned. Life has taught.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
So what is next for Rich? What's next for you?
The studio, and I'll see where the universe takes me since it's been in so much control. It's had so much control,
Yeah.
But I plan one more because to tell you the truth, when I opened the first studio, I was like, this is it. I'm not doing this anymore. This is the only studio there. Universe said, nah, man. So
keep going.
we'll see what happens after that.
Keep going.
Wow. And what was that feeling like opening the first one? When did you open it? When was it official?
What's this? 2017. October 2017.
Okay.
Is when I opened it. That feeling, I know one time I was on the floor. I had laid on the floor, and then I looked up because I had put the panels up. The soundproof panels. And I was tired. And I remember I had laid on the floor, and I looked up at the panels, and I was like, "Damn, it's almost done." That's the first time I felt like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, it's almost done. Not the process, but just like a studio.
Physical. Yeah. Your dream turning reality.
Right.
Okay. Well, our last question of the episode today is, who you rocking with?
Yeah, man, I'm rocking with the OOUU Pod.
Hey.
Come on, man.
Appreciate
Sunday
you.
morning, yeah.
So I gotta definitely check out the Goldroom. Right. Go ahead, hit it up, look online there.
Sure. Yeah, where can our OOUU Pod listeners find you?
Oh, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is at Gold Inc. NYC.
Thank you so much, Rich. It was amazing.
Thank you.
Definitely dropped some jewels, of course.
For sure.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.